Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of UnrealEntGaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Seth?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the domino. You blew up the domino, and you're laughing. Do you realize the f***ing crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
Oh dear, in all my years of watching, learning, and standing by the ethics and law of the angels, I never would have foreseen a situation like this ever having to take place. But I fear that the worst of it all is still yet to come, because now that the original and first demon god has been awakened and free from his shackles which kept him locked away for millions of years, if we don't start to mobilize and prepare for something soon, then I'm afraid that the entire multiverse along with every living organism within them are in extreme danger.
Our story continues now following the initial events of the demon Kibi being shown having to finally set Goku free, as with Goku now finally being shown having to exit from the demon realm and now making his way back on over to Earth was when Goku then went on to respond, "Whoa, okay, there we are, phew, I'm finally back home where I belong and out of that realm for good. Talk about a close call back there. Well, now that I'm back, where the heck am I? This looks like some kind of a tropical forest, which means that I'm pretty far away from the others, but, well, at least I can still sense all of them here, so I'd better hurry and head back to the lookout and see if I can talk to Dende because I can't seem to sense Vegeta's energy anywhere. And I gotta go see where he is, but boy am I glad to be back. And what a terrible and evil realm that demon realm was. And with everything that they're planning down there, I have to go and see if I can talk to Lord Beerus and Whis immediately. And of all the possible things, those demons want to go and try and resurrect Murno after being erased. Well, I can't let that happen, but let's try and find Vegeta first before any of those demons do. Let's see, so he's not on Earth, which means that he's more than likely on Beerus' planet. Wait, hold on, I can sense Gohan and Piccolo in that area over there, Goku continues. Well, I better go and let them in on everything since I'm more than sure that Vegeta is talking to Lord Beerus and Whis about everything right now too. And so I better go now then, and for our sake, let's just hope that more of those things didn't show up like they did before, so I can't just go and waste any more time, to which as Goku from there was shown using instant transmission, we only from there pan on over and seeing as to how Bulma and Dr. Hedo were assisting and helping both Piccolo and Gohan, as Dr. Hedo went on to patch Gohan up by then responding, well, these are some really nasty cuts that you have there, but just give me 1 second so I can scoop up one last drop while Hachimaru patches you right back up. Well, thanks a lot, Dr. Hedo, and I wonder what exactly you and Bulma will be able to find with all of the data that you keep sampling from these drops of blood that you're collecting, because whatever the heck that wasn't anything that me and Piccolo have ever seen before. But then, it was only just a few seconds before Goku's initial re-entry was when Piccolo went on to sense something by then responding, "Wait, hold on, does anyone else sense that too? Something's coming. Oh no, you don't, not again. Oh no, I don't think so, creature. You and your gang of monsters don't stand a chance," Piccolo went on to shout, as even with Gamma 1 having to look on as Piccolo had inadvertently had gone as far as to now punch Goku, who had re-entered square in the face, was when only then everyone began to realize that this in fact wasn't a demon, but in fact Goku, as Gamma 1 went on to respond, Hey, that's not a monster. Wait, what in the world? Goku? Piccolo shouts. What are you doing here? Dad? But where the heck did he just drop in from? Gohan went on to respond. It's Goku, Dr. Hedo shouts, and it looks like he was finally able to make it back and find us after all. Well, that was awkward, with Goku being shown rubbing his face and then responding, Ouch, jeez! What's got you on edge like this all of a sudden, Piccolo? That hurt, you know. Sorry about that, Goku. It's been a long day already, and, well, the last person that I was expecting to see just show up from out of nowhere like that was you, with Bulma then having to shout, What's wrong with you, Goku? You can't just go sneaking up on us like that, you know? Right, well, sorry about that, Bulma, but if I knew I'd get punched in the face like that, then I just would have used the door. Gohan and I were randomly attacked not long after you went missing, so we're a little on edge after what happened today, Piccolo responds. Wait, you guys were attacked here too? Oh, well, that explains a lot then, but I just wasn't expecting for more and more of them to start crossing on over after I went into that realm. And just in case you're all wondering, the reason as to why I was gone for as long as I was is because, well, I found myself trapped within the demon realm the entire time, as Gohan and Dr. Hedo went on to shout, The demon realm? The legend of the demon realm was often talked about on planet Namek, but I never took any of it as being something that was true, well, until having to learn of there being multiple realms, with our universe having one as well. But what happened, Piccolo then went on to question, what did you see while you were down there, and better yet, what did you learn? Because we were told that the creature that you and Vegeta had battled had wanted to take a sample of your blood for some reason, and well, because strangely enough, that was exactly what had happened with me and Gohan a few hours ago. Wait, they went and stole your blood too, Goku then went on to question? Well, I at least know as to why they wanted to take our blood, and even though I don't know how to describe this without sounding crazy, but, well, I ended up coming face to face with some kind of a shadow demon that looked just like me, who was created from the blood that was taken from me, but not only just that, but I also came face to face with the demon realm's so-called Dark Masters, and there are 4 of them. And though I can't really say too much about them, what I do know is that all 4 of them are extremely powerful, Goku continues. One of them even froze me in place, while the other just sucked my Ultra Instinct power right out of my body like some kind of a vacuum, so they're very dangerous, and from what I saw, they're also putting together a massive army too. And what's even worse is that they all seem to serve under one leader, Goku continues. They mentioned him as being some sort of a demon god, the first of his kind, or something like that, and, well, while he's currently sealed away in some kind of a prison, they plan on releasing him by using the Super Dragon Balls they've stolen, and that's not the only thing they're looking to do either, Goku continues, because after using the Super Dragon Balls to free this Raijin, they are also planning to use the Dragon Balls to try and resurrect Murno back to life and control him by using him as a weapon, so that way he could go and do their dirty work for them, as everyone then went on to shout, To resurrect Murno? Doctor, who is this Murno that they speak of? Gamma 1 went on to ask. Was that the angel that you went on to tell me about just around a year ago? With Dr. Hedo responding, Well, sadly, I believe it is. He's the angel that the others had spoken about, who nearly went on to destroy the entire multiverse after he was thought to have been once destroyed. So this isn't good, Gamma 1. This isn't good at all. Oh, I knew it! What did I tell you, Gohan? I knew that something was up, especially after having to hear about some random creature just speak about this, almost as though he was there to see it all for himself when going after your dad and Vegeta. And now that we know for it to be true, we can't stand around and allow for what happened before to happen again. You're right, Gohan responds, and with the Super Dragon Balls down there too, there's no telling on what they're going to try to use those things to wish for down there either. Right, and the last thing that we need is to find ourselves going head to head against that monster Murno again. And so before anything, we have to try and stop those Dark Masters from wishing Murno back to life by any means necessary. As Dr. Hedo went on to then chime in, well, then it's better to be prepared just in case anything were to happen then, so I have an idea. What me and Bulma will do is we'll go and look more into seeing what we can find from this demon horn that Piccolo and Gohan had brought back, and see if we can find a way to use their own blood as a weapon against them. And so it won't be easy, but we have to try something and not sit around and wait, Dr. Hedo continues. Then in that case, I'll go and head back over to the lookout and let Dende and the others know about what's going on while I go and try to find Vegeta after. And so whatever happens moving forward is something that we have to be ready for, with Bulma having to respond, Oh, please make sure that Vegeta is safe, Goku. I think Vegeta will be just fine, but it's the others that I'm worried about, Goku continues, so if it's not too much to ask for, we may need to go and get the boys ready just in case if things get a little messy around here in case we need them. So could you please let Trunks and Goten along with Chi-Chi know about what's going on around here and pass it all down? Well, if that's the case, Piccolo went on to then quickly respond, you and Gohan can go and head out and I'll meet with you guys later. What I'll go and do is let the others in on what's going on because we'll need all the help that we can get, especially if they're building an army down there. Sounds good then, Goku responds. Just please be careful out there, Piccolo. Signal me in case your hands get a little sticky out there too, okay? With Piccolo responding, yeah, well, you know me, I'll be fine, but I would also advise for you to try and inform both Beerus and Whis so that way they can also go and warn the other destroyers, warriors, and angels as well, because if this goes far beyond our control, Piccolo continues, then we're going to need all the help that we can get out there. To which, as Gohan was then shown grabbing onto Goku's shoulder, was when Gohan went on to then chime in, let's do this then, Dad. I'll ride with you and see that I come and help just in case I'm needed. With Goku responding, thank you, Gohan. We'll see you all soon. And Gamma 1, do whatever it is that you need to do in order to protect everyone here, okay? So we're off. To which, as Goku was then shown using instant transmission, was when Bulma then went on to respond, oh gosh, I hope that they're all going to be safe out there. And I also hope that for our sake, that monster angel isn't brought back to life either. Hey Bulma, Dr. Hedo went on to then quickly respond, come here for a moment. And I believe I have an idea here that just might work, for I also believe that it's time that we start to finalize our coding for Project CC Cell Pro. But first, I think that we can do something with this demon's DNA that will work, Hedo continues. As in the meantime, during all of this, when venturing back on over into the time chamber and now seeing the Super Dragon once again having to re-emerge, was when the Super Dragon then went on to respond, you who have gathered together all 7 of the Super Dragon Balls, what is your wish? With Dark Master Gira having to chime in, just look at the sheer size of that dragon. And I have never been more ready for Lord Raijin to finally return to us. With Dark Master Toro responding, excellent, for the hour of our great master's return is finally upon us. No longer will we continue to remain locked away, for it is finally time for the rightful God King of the Underworld to rise again and lead us to glory. And with everything going according to our plan, Toro continues, there will be nothing and no one left who will stand in our way ever again. And on this day, here and now, will mark the very moment of everything having to change and change forever. Alright, Dragon, now listen closely, Toro continues. Our wish is to break the ancient angelic seal that binds our leader and release the god of the demon realm from his captive prison. We wish for the god of the underworld to be set free at once. Release the god of the demon realm at once, Dragon. With the Super Dragon responding, your wish to undo the angelic seal that binds the god of the demon realm known as Raijin shall be granted. To which, back in the demon realm, as the entire realm itself was now beginning to shake, all of the chains that were shown having to keep Raijin sealed within this pod were now beginning to break loose, as Toro then went on to chime back in, good, very good. At long last, the day of our master's return is finally here, Dark Lords. As with the entire demon realm now seemingly having to shake under the tremendous pressure of Raijin's return, was when General Raigo went on to chime in, that energy, could it really be? Our master has finally been awakened. The containment chamber has been opened. We must quickly gather together in the name of welcoming our leader back into power immediately. And so now quickly, demons of the underworld, the hour of Lord Raijin's return has finally arrived. Assemble yourselves on my position and bow your heads before Lord Raijin's return right now. In which, even back within the time chamber, as the other Dark Masters were now beginning to feel Raijin's power, was when Dark Master Jogo went on to chime in, what incredible energy. Lord Raijin's power can even be sensed from all the way inside of the time chamber as well. It's best if we go now. With Toro responding, I agree, and so we will return back inside of the time time chamber as soon as we welcome Lord Raijin back into the demon realm. And as soon as we are done, we are to come back inside and continue to use the Super Dragon Balls as a way to further our plans after. So now let us go and go now. What an incredibly frightening power, the Demon Kibi went on to then quickly chime in by noticing. I never would have imagined for Master Raijin's power to be this large, but it looks as though the Dark Masters have truly done it. And what's even more amazing, Demon Dubo went on to then chime in, is seeing the entire demon realm tremble under the weight of Lord Raijin's incredible power, and look there. It looks as though all of the demons are beginning to gather near the chamber where Lord Raijin will be set to emerge. So come now, for it would be best for us to go immediately as well, boy. Yes, a good idea, Kibi responds. Then let us go before it's too late. Can you feel that, Dark Lords? Our master's time has finally arrived since the days where he was sealed and locked away, Toro responds. And Master Raijin's power is far beyond what I ever could have imagined for it to be, even while sealed away for such a long time. For let us bow, Bakara says, as Toro went on to then respond. And now for those who can hear the sound of my voice, bow down and pay your respects to our God King's ultimate return to power as Lord Raijin is here. We are at your service, O great God of the Demon Realm, General Rai went on to then utter. For we have waited for your return now for millions of years, O great one. In which upon a hand now being shown having to emerge from the chamber was when Toro then went on to respond. Yes, can you feel it, Dark Lords? Our master has finally been set free. As it was finally now through the other side, as the Demon Realm's Dark Demon King was now shown finally having to emerge, was when General Raiga then went on to chime in. Venerable Dark Lord of the Demon Realm, we humbly kneel before your return in both admiration and appreciation of your awakening. We kneel before you as your servants as we are ready to give up our lives in your name, sire, Dark Master Bakaro responds. We are at your service, Lord Raijin Giro went on to then also chime in. Your every wish and desire is ours to grant, Master. Great Lord of the Underworld, we are all here at your service once more, for we want to welcome you back to your kingdom, my lord. We here, along with the entire demon realm, stand ready and wait on your command. As the Dark Demon God Raijin then went on to respond. It's been eons since I last laid my eyes on the four of you. Now rise. I can sense that much has changed since I was imprisoned within this realm by the hands of that angel and his father. But nevertheless, the angelic seal that was used to seal me, how was it broken? Raijin questions, with Toro responding. We went and gathered all 7 of the Super Dragon Balls and wished to undo the seal that kept you in prison, Master. Interesting. It's been so very long, Raijin utters. Hungry, so very hungry. A blood offering is in order, Raijin went on to then point out surprisingly by responding. I have gone long enough without the taste of fresh blood, and so a sacrifice must be made here and now, so therefore I choose you. In which from out of nowhere, the moment the demon god Raijin was from that point then shown dragging along one of his own demons and having to use him as a sacrifice was when the demon god Raijin went on to then respond. I've longed for a delectable meal prior to being sealed away, and so therefore you will be the one who will satisfy my hunger here and now. But fear not, young demon, for you are only serving your purpose in this world by offering yourself as a sacrifice, Raijin continues, and as such, your fate has already been sealed. Now do yourself a favor for the both of us and stay right where you are and hold still, demon. This won't take long, to which upon Raijin now being shown sinking his teeth into the demon's neck was when Giro went on to respond. Well, this was a bit of an unexpected scenario to witness unfold, and a very surprising one as well, to say the least. He's eating one of his very own, Bakaro went on to then utter. But why not just offer up the Saiyan instead, with Toro quickly cutting in. Quiet, Bakara! You are in no position to question Lord Raijin's actions or what he chooses to do. Your blood isn't as sweet as that of an angel, but it'll be enough to hold out until I find another creature to feast upon. However, I require more than just your blood, Raijin continues, for my hunger knows no bound. So I require more. Why throw a fresh young body away when it can be properly disposed of, Raijin questions. To where within that very moment, as surprisingly enough, with Raijin now shown having to impale this young demon through the chest and having to grab onto his heart, was when Raijin then went on to continue, "You have my respect for offering yourself up as being my first meal in millions of years. So your beating heart will do, young one, for it is my absolute favorite organ to feast on. And now that I have it, your services to me are no longer needed." We hope that this offering appeases you, Great One, Toro went on to then quickly chime in. "Is there anything else that you would want for us to carry out and do for you, my lord?" With Raijin then being shown responding, "I require information at once," with Toro having to respond, "As you wish, master. And what kind of information do you desire to know about, Great One?" "First, I want to start with the four of you," Raijin responds. "You were all locked away by that wretched angel Murno after I was, so how were the four of you able to break free? And how was the seal that had locked this realm away suddenly opened, and when? There is much that I want to know, for I can sense that many great changes have taken place since my battle with the Grand Priest's firstborn angel. So what have you learned since I've been away?" Raijin questions. "I may have grown older in age, but I am not naive. Go and speak now. What do you know of what happened?" Raijin further questions. "For I can also sense that you were able to acquire my staff and use it to garner what you needed, so now I would want all of you to tell me everything now. So speak," with Toro having to then respond, "The supreme angel whom we've battled against was overtaken by the very evil that was brewing within his soul, my lord. Murno turned against all of the gods, including the Grand Priest, after assuming that Murno had originally been erased, only to later find out that Murno had split his essence into several clones, rebuilding himself within the voids of time until he later returned to further go on and initiate war against the multiverse. He was nearly successful, but was later destroyed by both the Grand Minister and the Omni Kings, erased without a trace of him left behind in the process. His power, however, was far above and beyond anything that we could have imagined for it to be, dwarfing mortals, destroyers, and even angels, until meeting his end by the hands of his father after transforming and revealing some kind of an Omni fighting form that managed to tear into the rogue angel before he was erased," Toro continues. "Murno's battle with the Grand Priest is what created shockwaves throughout every realm, which as a result had shattered the very seal that was placed over the demon realm in setting us free as a result of Murno's war with the multiverse itself, my lord." "Interesting," Raijin responds. "So, the evil that I had seen within his heart had finally overtaken him after all. And this power of his that you speak of, Toro, you say that only the Grand Priest was able to surpass it after transforming? I see. I knew that angel was going to turn against his own kind sooner or later, but I did not expect for it to have ended the way that it did," Raijin continues. "In my prime, I was able to give this former angel a worthy challenge, but this ultimate new power that you speak of appears to have been very different than the one that I remember fighting against. And you also speak of the Omni King as though you imply that there is more than one, which was why I was able to feel two life forces instead of one many years ago, I see. So it was Murno's battle with his father that led to our freedom, especially if this power of his was that great to have shaken the very core of the multiverse itself. Maybe a power of that magnitude could prove to be rather useful to me," Raijin continues. "So, tell me then, with these super Dragon Balls that you've used, can the angel be wished back to life and enslaved to only serve me by using their power?" Raijin questions. "If he was thought to have been erased before, can he be restored once again, or was his ultimate destruction irreversible?" With Toro responding, "Unfortunately, his destruction is indeed irreversible, for we had attempted to wish for Murno to be resurrected, but the dragon said that Murno's destruction was beyond his power to grant, for it is forbidden. Murno was erased in such a way where his very vessel along with his soul can never be restored under any condition. All traces of Murno have been eradicated beyond anyone's ability to restore," Toro continues. "He was beaten and chained, held by the Grand Priest and the Omni Kings, before nullifying his very existence to its core and making sure that he can never return. Irreversible, you say, Raijin responds. What interesting developments. Then if Murno cannot be revived and be enslaved under my control, then there must be something that can be done about that power of his that he displayed. So tell me then, what exactly is the current status of these deities, Raijin questions? Explain to me on why there are 12 universes instead of 18. Have the other 6 universes been completely destroyed, with Toro responding, they have, Lord Raijin. As time went on following your imprisonment, the Omni King appeared to have been in a very bad mood and thus went on to erase all 6 universes in total, limiting the multiverse down to only 12 now. And as for the deities, well, we went and used the Super Dragon Balls to seal away the Grand Priest and the Omni Guards within the prison realm, since the Omni Kings couldn't have been wished to be destroyed, so we had the dragon put them both to sleep while locking them both away. And as for your staff, Lord Raijin, this was what we had used in order to look into finding out and seeing what had taken place while you've been away. Good, Raijin responds. Then there is much that needs to be done, especially now that I am awake, as I am limited by what I can do in my current state, but this too will soon also change. My objective of merging the multiverse with the demon realm and thus making everything as one will not be interrupted for a second time like it was again. Why destroy something when I can make it mine to rule over with an iron fist, Raijin questions. But in order for the demon realm to reign supreme over all life, I must go beyond what I once was in my prime, as I was once so feared and so powerful that they had to send Murno down here to try and stop me, Raijin continues. But with Murno gone and the others imprisoned, there is nothing and no one who will stand in my way ever again. I can also sense the life energy of many powerful mortal warriors spread throughout the multiverse as well, for they too are to be dealt with, which is why I will place my trust in the old guard to see this mission through until they are all destroyed. Furthermore, once I am restored and go beyond my prime, Raijin continues, I will begin the process of merging the multiverse with the demon realm, and such a feat will require a very supreme power for me to wield in order to make that happen. So let it be known that from this moment forward, the demon realm will rise through the ashes and becoming the pinnacle dimension of existence as the multiverse bends their knee to our will. Our race will purge the cosmos of any and all life who dares to stand in our way. So let this henceforth be known as a declaration of war against the entire multiverse by purging the useless eaters and lazy gods from their resting places. But in order for that to happen, however, Raijin went on to then continue, there are a few things that I must go out of my way and get done before our final plan is complete. One of them being, since the angel Murno has been utterly annihilated without the possibility of wishing for him to be revived and enslaved, then all that remains is that power that you spoke of. As this is where the 4 of you come in, for I want you all to go and use the Dragon Balls and wish for Murno's essence and what had driven Murno into becoming who he was into me. This, along with his full power, to be transferred directly into me so that our power can become one. The knowledge that he had along with this power you had spoken of will be merged within me to create the ultimate weapon of destruction. As the Dark Master Toro went on to quickly chime in, but my lord, this would be the first time that an angel's essence and power would be mixed with the blood and spirit of a demon god. For such an act has never in the history of our kind was ever shown to be attempted, as I'm also afraid that if something were to go wrong, then it could result in some kind of a negative chain reaction that may end up destroying you, my lord. And so I would highly advise that maybe you would, and I would highly advise, Raijin went on to quickly interrupt, that you watch your tone and remember whom it is that you're speaking with here, Toro. Do not mistake my age for weakness, demon, for I may be old, but I am still far stronger than all of you. You are to remember your place and remember who it is that you serve, Raijin continues. My wishes are not to be put into question, nor are they to be denied, demon. You are meant to serve me. Do you understand? With Toro having to respond, Yes, I understand, Master Raijin. I do not wish to oppose your requests. Then let this be the first and last time that I address you, Raijin went on to warn Toro, for this will be your one and only warning. Don't you ever question my intentions and challenge my position ever again. For if you do, then I will tear your body wide open and eat your heart out while I keep you alive long enough to watch it all happen before you die. You are to know where you are and where you stand, so last time, demon. Now go and use those Super Dragon Balls and grant me the wish that I demand for right this moment. And do the rest of you understand? As the entire demon realm went on to then respond, we understand, Dark Lord, for we are in accordance to your every wish and every action, great demon god Raijin. As Raijin went on to then let Toro go by then continuing, I thought so, and I will not have the same mercy on you again, Toro. So consider yourself lucky to still be alive, and so now go. My order still stands for the four of you. As Toro went on to then catch his breath by then responding, Yes, my lord, for we will need but a few hours within the time chamber before the Dragon Balls can be used again, and so once they recharge is when we will go and do as you wish, my lord, as your wishes will be ours to help see come true. And so now come then, Dark Lords. We must go and carry out Master Raijin's order at once. There is no time to be wasted while we have it. General Raiga, continue to strengthen the demon army and increase their numbers while we're away. To which, as the Dark Masters were then shown leaving, it only had now looked as though everything was seemingly going according to Raijin's plan, as Raijin then went on to say to himself, Excellent. I knew that you would fall sooner or later upon battling you, Angel, but it's a shame that you had never listened to me, for you would have been a great ally to us if you did. But nevertheless, now that you are gone, that dark angelic power which you've used to wage war against the multiverse, along with the vast knowledge that you've collected, will soon be mine. And once I have this, then my next objective is to find and collect those configuration cubes, as it was only right then and there now during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the official Murno sequel, The Dark Masters Manga Chapter number 12 Special, then comes to a close. Now, number one, you can make no mistake about the fact that with the demon god Raijin now set free and officially having to enter as being the one to govern the entirety of the demon realm, Raijin's overall objectives now seem to be very clear, as he does have a few that he wants to go by, especially now by understanding that after having to overhear everything that Murno had put the multiverse into is what Raijin is currently interested in which you can only imagine as to how crazy things are going to get, in which they are, especially going into Manga Chapter number 13. So again, this and so much more will be made available first on my Patreon for those of you out there that are members to see. So if you would not only want to support the fan manga content that you see on this channel, but also gain exclusive access and content, as well as my soundtracks, art, PNGs, and so much more, then I do encourage for you guys to become a member of my Patreon today, patreon.com/UnrealEntGaming, in which I will go on ahead and leave that link located down in the description box below and pinned comment section below as well, because not only are the upcoming manga chapters going to be featured on there first before anywhere else, but you're also going to start to get a sense and see for yourselves as to where exactly Raijin comes from and why exactly Raijin is the dangerous entity that he perceives himself to be. So again, I cannot wait to show you guys more as things begin to unravel. So once again, I want to thank you all so much for watching, thank you all so much for your support, and thank you all so much for your feedback and for being patient with me. To which again, if you also just so happen to be new to this channel and of course love Dragon Ball and anime, then I do encourage for you guys to head on over and smash that subscribe button, on top of giving this video a big fat thumbs up by smashing that like button down below. Tune back in for more. Thank you all so much for watching once again, because we are not done, so I hope you guys tune back in, as I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy guys and have a great day. Peace.
Hold it right there. Now, when did I say that we were finished? Because I didn't. For there is still so much more that's left for us to show you. So I'd stay right where you are if I were you. And now that you're here, we do hope that you all sit back and enjoy the following things that you're about to see, because we have all worked very hard in giving you the very best that we possibly can. So don't forget to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming before you go, and don't forget to give this video a like and comment down below. You still, of course, would like for me to train you, don't you? Well, if you do, then we hope you all sit back and enjoy.
目は悪いやつだけど腕はすげえからオラワクワクす すんだ。見直しただろ。やるだけやってやる。手抜いて勝てる相手じゃなさそうだな。オラに少しだけ。そろそろオラとやろうぜ。最高のベジータ、力で早く終わらしてもらうぞ。どうしてもやるんだな。なら手加減しねえぞ。コツ掴んだみてえだな。ご飯のやつやっと勘を取り戻してきた感じだな。
忘れたのか？僕の皮膚はある程度の衝撃なら耐えられるように改造したって。
また吸収されたらかっこ悪いからな。あの時は本当にすみませんでした。また今度手合わせをお願いしてもいいですか？少しやりすぎてしまったみたいです。
何？口からなんという威力だ。
これはやるじゃないか。その程度の力ではお前に勝ち目はない。
なんとこれが破壊神の力だというのか。相変わらず悪趣味な力だ。
それってちょっと引くわ。皮膚を？
もう終わりか？これからってとこなのによ。から出し惜しみなしでいくぞ。
窮地に陥って目が覚めたようだな。だが再逆転の可能性もあるぞ。素早く攻撃を攻撃でかわすとはいい反応だ。
一人でもいい勝負ができっかもな。相手を頼むぜ。それならこっちはもっと超えてやるだけさ。オラたちがただの駒じゃねえってとこ見してやろうぜ。
混乱しているんだ。
何をする？もっともっと強くなりてえ。次に戦うの楽しみにしてんぞ。おめえもそうなんだろ？今のオラが立ってる場所はあんたの時飛ばしのはるか先だ。これ以上やっても意味がねえ。こんなところで暴れてないでさっさと自分の星に蹴れ。これが神の光の力っちゅうやつなんか？久しぶりだな。これがオラの本気だ。ちょっとだけ手合わせだ。本気で手合わせしようぜ。ここで負けるわけにはいかねえ。みんながいたからオラここまで来れたんだ。おめえじゃあオラには勝てねえ。今回はうまくいったみてえだ。仲間のためにもここで引くわけにはいかねえ。無意味じゃねえっちゅうことをオラが見してやる。今回こそ決着つけようぜ。遠慮はいらねえよな。ちょっと付き合ってもらうぞ。おめえほどのやつだったらこれがオラたちの力だ。こっからが本当の勝負だ。もう十分だ。
見事だ。お前の培ってきた部はまだ生きているということか。やはりお前には素質が十分ある。やはり奴はこの戦いでそれを実感したぞ。
正直勝った気がしない。父さんたちはまだ本気じゃない。尻尾もあるなんて本当に昔みたいだ。
強さと優しさを併せ持った素晴らしい戦士だな。まさか神以外にいるとはな。
相手になってやる。オラが相手だ。なんとか耐えきったぞ。
今回のことは父さんには内緒よ。
オラを止めてみろよ。仲間を傷つけるやつは許さねえぞ。おめえの思いここで一歩も引くわけにはいかねえ。少しつかめてきた気がすんぞ。オラが受け取ったぞ。すんげえやつだった。けんどオラもう一遍戦ってみて。
さすがは第六宇宙最強の殺し屋というべきか。圧巻だ。やはり破壊神は別格か。分かりきっていたことだがブルーになっても油断や手加減はなしか。
それが父さんの新しい力ですか。手加減はしませんよ。イカでご飯。そうすればおめえは全世界のどんなやつにも負けねえんだぞ。
それにしてもあんたよく助かったわね。
2号は僕の責任を取って僕は少しくらい衝撃に耐えられるように皮膚を改造したんだ。
さあ願いを言え。どんな願いも一つだけ叶えてやろう。大したことないのは貴様の方だったな。せいぜい楽しませてくれよ。まだ俺の恐ろしさが分かってないようだな。あとは俺が片付けていいのか。ちょっと挨拶が丁寧になりすぎちまったかな。せいぜい楽しませてくれよ。少しは俺を楽しませてくれるんだろうな。覚悟はいいか。すぐに仲間に合わせてやる。今度は俺が直々に殺してやるよ。あん時のことは水に流そうや。さてドイツから片付けてやるかな。いつまでもお前の言いなりじゃねえぞ。これからが本領発揮の時だ。願い事はまだかな。それは無理な願いだ。了解した。それでは失礼します。お前はこ こで始末しておかなくては。ひれ伏せゴミどもが、身の程知らずめ魔界の王の力味わうがいい。あまり調子に乗るなよ。お前がこの宇宙をどうしようと俺には関係ない。この戦いは俺をさらに成長させた。これで分かっただろう。歯ごたえのあるやつだったな。弱虫相手じゃ嬉しかねえな。
母さんが言っていたイメージとはだいぶ違っていた。似ていたが別人のようだな。俺はお前たちをまだ信用できない。試されていたのか。
軽く遊んでやる。アジル、お前のとっておきを叩き込んでみろ。なかなか見どころがありそうだ。パワーはあるが戦術がまだまだ甘いぞ。さらに修行が必要だな。俺たちは修行で強くなる。俺の力も捨てたもんじゃないだろ。大したことないのは貴様の方だったな。なんだその面は。気に入らねえな。下級戦士の分際でこの俺様に喧嘩を売るとはな。俺が忘れたと思うな。貴様には誰も逆らえんのだ。お楽しみはこれからだ。笑わせるな。貴様の不安を決して差し上げましょう。魔界の王の力味わうがいい。もうお前は武道家ではない。無理をするな。
また拍手してあげてもいいわよ。
なんだその面は。気に入らねえな。少しはやるみてえだな。俺は名門でのエリート戦士だ。どんな願いも叶うっていうなんとかボールも探すんだったな。
面白いものが見れそうだ。腕比べというところか。幸運かもしれんぞ。真の恐怖を知った途端に死ぬことになるんだ。これで少しは面白くなるかな。お揃いでようこそ。さあやるではないか。ここまで楽しめるとは正直思わなかったぞ。
俺たちに歯向かうつもりか。その程度の戦闘力で気に入らね
えな。なんだこいつは。ビーデル。ああ、そんなバカもいた気がするな。早速始まったようだ。思った以上に楽しいイベントになりそうだ。いい試合になるかはわからんが退屈しのぎにはなりそうだ。この私が付き合ってやるんだ。無駄な努力はよすんだな。この私こそドクターゲロが長年追い求めていた究極の戦士なのだ。やるではないか。ここまで楽しめるとは正直思わなかったぞ。
あいつらが弱いんじゃない。俺たちが強いんだ。そういえば俺も昔はお前と同じ悪人だったな。下級戦士なんかが俺様に挑むんじゃなかったな。俺の力を見せてやるぜ。
時代遅れのガラクタが調子に乗るなよ。こんな失敗作に敗れるとは情けない連中だ。部品ごときに随分とパワーを与えたものだ。ただの鈍いデブかと思った。
下級戦士にいつまでも遅れを取る俺様じゃないぜ。地球でのことを忘れたとは言わさねえぞ。
そういうわけではないようだ。
下級戦士が俺の強さをお見せしましょう。なら少しは楽しませてくれよ。
こんな底力を秘めていたのか。思いのほか有効な攻撃となったらつまらん攻撃だ。あっさりと背後を取られるとは無様だな。体を入れ替えるだと面白い技だ。完全体のための部品でしかない貴様らではその程度だろう。機能コントロール技術だけは評価してやる。よかったじゃないか。今度はちゃんと自爆できて。
歯ごたえのあるやつだったな。すぐに仲間に合わせてやる。あの世でな。下級戦士にいつまでも遅れを取る俺様じゃないぜ。俺が忘れたと思うな。地球での屈辱。下級戦士の分際でこの俺様に喧嘩を売るとはな。なら少しは楽しませてくれよ。あん時のことは水に流そうや。俺の力を見せてやるぜ。あん時のことは忘れたわけじゃねえぞ。 ちょうどだ。昔のよしみで手加減してくれねえか。本気で戦うのか。
なるほど。神を名乗るだけの力は持っているようだ。少しばかり素早いだけのつまらん技だ。ガキになったとはいえ攻撃の重さは変わっていないようだ。気が感じられん。しかしこの威力だけは認めてやる。まともに食らったな。立ち上がれるとは思えんが、まさかそんな攻撃でこの私が倒れると思ったのか。お互いになかなか隙を見せん。どちらもやるものだ。差が開き始めたようだ。いいぞ、遠慮無用だ。なかなか良い攻撃だ。こうも差がついてしまってはつまらんな。ぐずぐずするな。相当に体力が低下してしまったようだな。
お前にやられたおかげで俺の戦闘力がぐんと上がったみたいだな。やはり貴様には大したことねえな。お前にやられたおかげで俺の戦闘力がぐんと上がったみたいだな。すぐに仲間に合わせてやる。あの世でな。まだ死ぬなよ。お前にはドラゴンボールのことを聞かなくちゃならないからな。下級戦士にいつまでも遅れを取る俺様じゃないぜ。少しはやるみてえだな。だが俺様に通用すると思うなよ。その程度の戦闘力で。
随分と生意気なやつだ。いいぞ、少し面白くなってきた。危うく星が壊れるところだったな。どうでもいいことだわ。なかなか楽しめたぞ。また機会があれば付き合ってやるか。
さてドイツから片付けてやるかな。ピーピーうるさいひよこたちに挨拶してやろうかな。さて下級戦士の分際でこの俺様に喧嘩を売るとはな。あん時のことは水に流そうや。遊んでやる。
時間があれば逆転できる。そういうの負け犬の遠吠えというのだ。あっけない幕切れだった。どちらかが力尽きるまでやるべきだと思うがね。まさかの逆転勝利になったな。頑張ったじゃないか。見苦しい泥試合だったな。もう少し腕を上げてもらわなくては。見ている方も楽しめんぞ。失望したぞ。もっと楽しめるかと期待していたが、こんなゴミが勝者とは。レベルの低い試合を見せてくれたものだ。思いのほか戦えるチビだったな。どこのドイツか知らんが実力は確かなようだな。生半可な力では奴には到底かなわんようだな。こことは別の宇宙か。機会があればぜひ訪れてみたいものだ。なかなかの性能だ。なるほどな。あの体であれだけの動き、どうやらただものではなさそうだ。
ちょうどだ。俺の力を見せるチャンスだ。地球でのことを忘れたとは言わさねえぞ。下級戦士にいつまでも遅れを取る俺様じゃないぜ。血を引いているな。少しは俺を楽しませてくれるんだろうな。歯応えのあるやつだったな。
あの男は勝ったか。あの動き、戦い慣れているな。クーラの勝利だそうだ。フリーザよりはマシなようだ。とどめは刺さんのか。
あがけあがけ、やるじゃねえか貴様ごときに。
全員が倒れたか。これはこれで面白い結果だ。なんという力だ。こんな奴が存在していたとはな。散々時間をかけてこの結果か。くだらん結末だ。つまらん。私と戦った時よりは腕を上げているようだ。自信過剰なところは今も昔も変わらんな。
ちょうどだ。俺の力を見せるチャンスだ。まだ俺の恐ろしさが分かってないようだ。俺様の顔に傷をつけてくれた礼をしなくちゃな。せいぜい楽しませてくれよ。 俺の強さをお見せしましょう。地球での屈辱、俺が忘れたと思うな。なら少しは楽しませてくれよ。俺の力を見せてやるぜ。あん時のことは忘れたわけじゃねえぞ。調子に乗るな。
なるほど、奴らの合体か。確かに大幅にパワーアップしているようだ。勝者はビーデル。あのバカの娘にしては上出来だ。素晴らしい闘争心だ。あのくだらん変身はなしか。少しは学んだようだな。パワーが奴に。
Hello! Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to UnrealEntGaming? Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch. Roshi, Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch. Roshi, the fuck? God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell. And we're demonetized. Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.